It's time to speculate about Fani Willis, about, we're specifically just going to look at this last quote from Judge McAfee. We'll look at it together. But first, let me introduce Q. Quinton's an old friend of mine. We've been doing YouTube together for a long time. Some of you just haven't seen it is all. But his link is going to be in the description to his YouTube channel called Truthville USA.
That's right.
Go give him a sub, watch, whatever. I'm here to promote him, so just go look for that, and you'll see that he's a good patriot. And if you're looking for good news, we're on the ball. This is Doug in Exile. I'm Doug TeNapel. This is where all the happy patriots are. So we're going to watch this. So first things first, what's your big take home from Fani Willis? What's your thought?
Man, so I think Fani Willis was a very desperate person. I think that she was broke. She needed to come up, and she figured that she could use Donald Trump's name as a way to get out of the hole that she was in. And she wrote a book, and she wanted to promote that book. And
She's like Eugene Carroll.
She's a con artist. I mean, let's be honest. And she thought that she had enough powerful friends that she could lie, and she could steal, and she could cheat, and she could get away with it. But I don't think it's going to work.
Do you think she came up with the idea to go after Trump, or did someone else?
And so from what I understand, she received a lot of money from a lot of dark places.
George Soros.
And George Soros. So I don't think that it was her original idea. But I feel like she saw it as an opportunity when it was brought up, and she ran with it.
She said, "Sure, I'll do it." But now everyone's going like, "Who tapped her?"
Yeah. No, man, and then to go and watch her testimony. I mean, she's just not a very bright individual. I mean,
not professional.
Not professional at all. And for all the conversations that we heard about temperament and having the temperament of officer of the court when we were going through the Kavanaugh deal, I mean, I'm thinking, that's the temperament that we're supposed to be? Yeah. I mean, she was like the definition of a mad black woman, let's be honest. Yeah. I mean, Tyler Perry's going to make a movie about her next, I guarantee it.
I can't talk about the black part of it. I can tell you she's a mad woman.
Well, she's black. She's a woman. Okay. And she seemed pretty ticked off.
Where do you put her on mad black woman on a scale of Michelle Obama?
Oh, man. You know what? So people are going to hate me for saying this, but I think Michelle Obama is far more intelligent than Fani Willis is.
Yeah, and more graceful, too.
And more graceful. Now, I don't think that either one of them are great patriots, but at the same time, she's far more graceful than Fani
Michelle
Willis.
Obama has skills.
Yes, she does.
Let's watch the judge real quick. This is Judge McAfee on the very end of where he says how long this case is going to take, and we're going to speculate on that real quick.
And those aren't ones I can make at this moment. And so I will be taking the time to make sure that I give this case full consideration it's due. I hope to have an answer for everyone within the next 2 weeks. Until that point, if there are any other issues that come up, counsel can reach out, and we'll have an order posted on the docket. Thank you all. We're off the record.
So he's off the record. You're on the record. What do you say?
So the closing arguments, I mean, were from the good guy's side was absolutely fantastic. I mean, hit the ball out of the park, and then listening to the closing arguments of Fani's side. Man, it was terrible, and it seemed like
that real squeaky guy.
Oh God, it was awful, and well, Judge, I think if you really look, it was terrible, and so hearing the judge ask questions, if I was going to put subtitles there, what he was thinking. It was like, I'm not buying this. I'm not buying this on double coupon day, dude. Like, that's not, absolutely not. And so I really felt like the judge, from looking at it, I feel like he knows that there were some shenanigans going on. I think he's going to do the right thing.
So you've heard the conspiracies, though, and I've mouthed some of these. He gave to Fani Willis. His wife gave to Fani Willis twice, hundreds of dollars. I have a lot of people in my chat saying he's an operative. He's just going to do some window dressing, look like he's going after her, and really, he's going to say, we got nothing. Does he read like a straight shooter? Does he read like he's bought and sold to survive in Fulton County?
he reads like a guy who was presented evidence, and throughout I feel like he tried to give Fani's camp a chance to bring something compelling, and they could not. The only thing they had was, well, it's not that bad, really. I mean, but that's the only defense that they really had. But if you want to talk about giving to campaigns, let's be fair. Trump gave to Hillary Clinton's campaign.
Yeah.
So you can't necessarily call someone a turncoat because of who they gave to. I mean, a couple $100 to Fani's, like, I think it's throwing money away, especially after what we now know of Fani Willis, right?
What promise did he see in her?
Yeah, right. But who knows? I mean, maybe they caught him at a weak moment, but
Yeah, and the presumption of innocence goes with her. So even he has to be magnanimous in that way when he starts.
Right.
You know what I mean? He
Right.
has to look fair. He has to be open. He has to be generous to her.
right.
And he was.
Yeah.
Because the way she was smacking her mouth when she was on the stand, man,
It was an embarrassment.
I go, you're a weak judge.
Yeah, it was an embarrassment. And I mean, in the way that she operated herself in his courtroom, I can't imagine you and I would get away with that.
No, I wouldn't. And Trump certainly wouldn't. Trump gets fined when he opens his mouth
Yeah.
against Kaplan in New York and
Yeah.
stuff. And here she is that was unprofessional. The 2 weeks. Is he telling you anything that it could take 2 weeks, or is he just giving himself the right amount of time it takes?
It doesn't take 2 weeks. I mean, I think he is trying to figure out the best way to distance himself from her. It doesn't. If I were the judge, trying to be as fair as I possibly can, I would have been ready to give a ruling right there on the spot. But of course, he's a judge. I'm not a judge. But
And if he was bought and sold, he'd give a ruling on the spot and cut her loose. He'd go, look, we have to get this thing moving back on Trump.
right,
And we have improperly gone after this just person of the state. I can't believe we went after her sex scandal when the real scandal is Trump. Let's get back to business, right? It would not take. So
Right.
if he turns around a fast decision,
right,
it's going to favor her.
Right.
If he takes the full 2 weeks, he has to write up a bulletproof document that will keep him from going down in history as a biased, white judge against Fani Willis, against a he said, she said soap opera to save Trump's ass.
right. I mean, and of course, the argument from her side was, well, if we go this route, I mean, the criminal is always going to have the upper hand. Right.
Yeah.
Every prosecutor is going to be biased, and the laws aren't there. And this is where they lost him, I believe. They tried to make the argument that the laws of impropriety were for the judge, not
yeah.
for the prosecutor.
Yeah, that's right.
And he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
That doesn't imply, yeah. Okay, we're going to wrap up real quick. Don't forget to throw Q some love. You're going to subscribe. There's a link down below to Truthville USA. Truthville's one word, space USA, right here on YouTube. I just have one last question we're going to end on. Is stuffing cash and always carrying cash a black thing? How much cash you got?
I got.
It's an honest question.
I think I have 50 cents and a pack of bubble gum.
Have you ever heard of black people stowing cash and always operating in cash to pay back debts of $5,000 and going on trips and things and paying wineries and stuff with all carrying around $300 to pay a lunch bill and wads of cash?
Drug dealers, yeah. But
Okay.
no.
We'll end on that. This has been Doug in Exile with Q.